50th anniversary edition of the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, powered by ExxonMobil. It's Balloon Fiesta Live. And now, direct from the rooftop studio at Balloon Fiesta Park in Albuquerque, New Mexico, here are your hosts, Glenn Moyer and Art Lloyd Jr.
This is Anens, the most underrated Japanese travel device. If you've ever struggled to order food, ask for directions, or just connect with locals in another country, you know how stressful language barriers can be. Most people settle for clumsy phone apps that are slow, awkward, inaccurate, and way too complicated. But here's the thing. Many travelers simply don't know a better option exists. It's called Anens, the little-known two-way instant translator. And those who've tried it swear they'll never go back to apps again. In fact, it's been called the best-kept secret in travel tech because it simply works fast, accurate, and offline. Without the hassle of apps, costly subscriptions, roaming fees, or unreliable connections. Too hard to believe? Just watch this.
Do you know when the boarding starts for flight DL450 to London?
Verzeihung, wissen Sie, wann das Boarding für den Flug DL 450 nach London beginnt?
Ja, das Onboarding beginnt in 45 Minuten.
Boarding starts in 45 minutes.
Thanks very much.
For the ship.
So why haven't you heard more about it? You see, big tech companies spend billions promoting their own apps and services, and this tiny gadget doesn't have a marketing machine behind it. That's why Anens has flown under the radar, known mostly by seasoned explorers who've experienced how life-changing it really is. It's quietly become the secret weapon of businessmen, digital nomads, and senior explorers who want real, effortless communication without relying on their phone. Here's why the few people who do use Anens say it transforms every trip. 1. You stay confident in any country, even with zero internet. Because Anens works 100% offline, you never have to stress about getting lost, dealing with weak signals, or not being able to communicate when you need it most. Just switch it on and speak. It always works in more than 60 languages. You'll save on roaming fees too. 2. You feel safe and prepared in any situation. From medical emergencies to asking for directions or help, Anens gives you clear, instant translations in seconds, thanks to its ultra-fast voice recognition and 99.99% accuracy. 3. You connect authentically with locals. Instead of awkward charades or broken app translations, Anens understands dialects and slang, so you can have real conversations that feel natural. 4. You avoid the frustration of dead batteries on longer trips. Anens lasts up to 4 days on a single charge, so it's always ready when you need it, unlike your phone that's constantly draining. 5. You never have to struggle with confusing settings or complicated apps. Its simple one-button design means anyone can use it, even if you're not tech-savvy. Just press, talk, and translate instantly. 6. You get more respect and appreciation where...
And good morning once again, ladies and gentlemen. It's Tuesday morning, so that makes it Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Day 4 of the 50th Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, high atop the rooftop studio. Good morning and welcome to the 50th Albuquerque International Balloon Fiestas, powered by, almost said sponsored by, powered by ExxonMobil. You're watching Balloon Fiesta Live. I'm Glenn Moyer, along with my cohort, my partner in crime, my good friend, our executive producer, Art Lloyd Jr. Good morning, Art.
Just blame all that stuff on me.
Absolutely, it's all your fault.
Hey, you know, this may be day 4, but we really started counting at day 0.
That's true because of the reenactment at Coronado Center this year.
So we actually have an extra day and an extra session in all of the activities here at Balloon Fiesta Park. And actually, if you take a kind of look at the lower side of the screen picture there, you see the pavement there. It's a little wet.
Yeah. I wasn't going to go there, but yeah.
Yeah.
I could have said, as I was listening to all those things about you, I could have said the reason I'm sitting in the rain is because of you. But I was trying to let you off easy.
Well, like somebody asked me this morning, so if it's raining, are you still going to do Balloon Fiesta Live?
Yes.
And my answer was yes, because it may not be raining where everyone else is. I already saw the Netherlands check in. Well, I don't know that it's raining over there, and if whether it is or not, they don't know what it's happening here.
Well, that's exactly true, because I noticed yesterday on the feed when we were sitting here waiting to hopefully do some static display, there were people over in the UK saying we've been out flying and now we're back in and we're watching, Balloon Fiesta Live to see what's happening. So they flew in the UK yesterday, even though we didn't fly here.
We're jealous.
Anyway,
So
it's wet here. It is wet.
It
rained overnight pretty heavily at my hotel.
You know, it did at my house too. I forgot to check the exact accumulation numbers there, but there were two kind of pilots briefing just getting underway. They are going through their kind of preliminary housekeeping, daily types of things. As we heard yesterday, we have brought back a number of the previous balloon meisters.
Right.
Those are the folks that basically run the show, the flight operations, those types of things during the week here. Of course, in cooperation with Balloon Fiesta officials and safety officials and weather folks and all that other stuff. But they've been bringing previous balloon meisters back, giving them an honorary balloon meister pin, giving them the opportunity to say a few things. Each one of them puts a little personal touch on balloon pilot briefings.
They've shared some memories from the years when they were the balloon meisters and they were the people in charge. Yeah.
So they've been kind of reliving those. I mean, like yesterday, George Hahn was talking about we didn't have a briefing tower. We had a scissor lift. And yeah, I remember being down there as a pilot, and as he would start to go up, the pilots would chant higher, 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 you know, things like that.
And we talked too about, you know, I was here in the years initially just as a field announcer with my friend Tom Rutherford.
Yeah.
We didn't have a rooftop studio. We didn't have a backdrop and TV cameras and all this other stuff. We had a microphone and a chair, and we were on a scaffold.
And you were lucky to have the chair.
And we were lucky to have the chair. He's right. As a matter of fact, one year I went to my friend Ken Lair. I don't know if Ken's watching out in California. He ran an auto parts sales business, and he had I got from him a couple of those counter stools that you find. And I donated them to Fiesta. They ought to be around in a warehouse here somewhere. I don't know whatever happened to them.
I'm gonna have to
because
go
the chairs we had were not high enough to get us up above the countertop. Working with. So I said, I'll get us a couple of these stools. So they should be sitting around in the Fiesta warehouse somewhere, I guess.
We have a few, and we have lots of stuff.
That or someone's taken them home over the years, and they're usually with the bar. I don't know, or they don't care.
I need a collapsible one of those for my other gigs. We've got a nice arrangement here in Fiesta now, but some of the other gigs that I do, I would love to have one that I can travel with. So if anybody knows where there's a collapsible bar stool, counter type stool, I'd like to know where to find one.
I have a little collapsible stool I bought off of Amazon, but it's not bar stool height.
Right, that's the issue.
That's the thing. It's getting one that's tall and
that's height.
Yeah, like director chair height, like what we have here.
Yeah. So back to what's going on. The pilot briefing again underway, and the pilots are hearing from yet another of the honorary balloon meisters. And once they get through some of that housekeeping stuff, they will get their weather briefing. And when they do, we have our mobile camera out there, and so we will check in and bring you the weather just as the pilots are hearing it. We can tell you that things are wet here. It did rain overnight. It is. It's actually stopped sprinkling at the moment, but it was just as we came in the air still sprinkling.
As I drove in, it was not raining when I left my hotel, but a few blocks away when I was headed south to Paseo, and it did start to rain. It did see some sprinkles, and that continued until I arrived here at Park, and just before we came on air. But now it has stopped, at least where we are.
Right.
And that's been the nature of the showers throughout the last couple of days. We've seen showers out to the west of us in the evenings that have been impacted the weather enough to force us to cancel the balloon blows, but we haven't actually had rain here in the field. And so the rain has been rather spotty around town.
The weather operates by zip code is the joke here in Albuquerque. And literally, I kind of live over on the west side, and there's a little pocket nestled in along the escarpment, the lava rock, because there are volcanoes on the west side of town. And we can drive right up to literally about 300 yards. There's a major road, and the rain will stop at that road, and we will be bone dry, yet it's raining 300 yards away.
Well, and Albuquerque is one of those cities where your address includes like a northeast or a northwest.
Yes.
South. And so I would imagine a quadrant, okay. And so I can imagine that, it rained in the northeast quadrant.
Yep.
But over the southwest, we're dry.
That's right.
So,
get that a lot. And the foothills and the mountains, the same hillside, they'll get the rain. The other part of that, too, is the elevation. So because this is a big river valley, down at the river, the level's right about 4,900 feet above sea level. But as you start climbing up the mountain, we have people living at 6,000, almost 7,000 feet. So we got 2,000 to 3,000 feet of elevation change just where the houses are. Then, of course, the mountain goes up to 10,000 plus. So, it's that, which also has an impact on that. that unique geography of the mountain with the river valley and everything is what allows or helps create the Albuquerque box conditions
Right.
on many, many days.
Yeah.
The winds are coming down, they're cooling off, the cool winds moving down that slope. That kind of creates this drainage wind that has to be replaced by something, so winds at altitude go back the other direction. And in a nutshell, that's the Albuquerque box.
Or the Albuquerque nutshell.
Some days, you know, it's not a square box.
No, it's
it
not.
rolls all around, and so yeah, it could definitely be a nutshell.
Yeah, it's you know, I liken it some days to a Ferris wheel because it's more of a not so. I mean, it depends on how accurate you are in your flight planning and piloting. But instead of flying in a square angle,
Right.
you actually just kind of go round
Roll
and
around,
roll
yeah.
around, and so it's more almost like riding a Ferris wheel.
And
in the
you've
sky.
been here many years, I know, where it's not even just north and south. You get an east and west mixed in there.
That's right.
And now it kind of turns into a kaleidoscope of colors in the
Yeah.
sky with balloons going every
direction. Yeah, we can look up from our rooftop and see balloons going east, west, north, south, and all points of the compass in between sometimes, and just at slightly different altitudes. It's not like there's a great deal of separation. Sometimes they're very near to each other in altitude and still moving in opposite directions. It's a really unique geography that gives, and that's one of the reasons why Albuquerque has become Albuquerque.
The hot air balloon
It's
capital of the
because
world.
of the unique flying terrain that we have and enjoy here.
That's right.
It draws pilots here.
Yeah, and you can find those box conditions in other places. It just got coined as the Albuquerque box here, so you know,
Well-
it's kind of hard to say in Colorado Springs that the Albuquerque box is there.
Yeah, it's. I think it's fair to say it's more prevalent
It is.
here than
It
probably
is.
anywhere else I've ever been in the world. We would occasionally, when I lived in Sacramento, California, we would occasionally find a box out in one of our flying areas. I can remember when I had my first balloon, Yellow Rose, and flying a box and literally landing right back where I had taken off from. But that's rare, and yet it's more prevalent. It's not really rare. It's almost routine here in Albuquerque.
Yep, we kind of count on it a lot. We're disappointed when it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's Coca-Cola Day here at the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. We want to thank Coca-Cola for sponsoring and being our official soft drink and bringing out some new products out here for folks to be able to try.
I saw when I know your wife Bobby's not feeling well, but when she was here on set with us first part of the week, she had a new flavor.
There's a couple new flavors out
Coca-Cola
here
that had been brought out. Yeah.
So I know that they have them in different places around the field here. So for those, check out the flavors.
I'm a big fan of cherry Coke. Vanilla Coke too.
Not so much on the vanilla, but I'm with you on the cherry.
I like vanilla Coke when it's a fountain drink because the vanilla, I think, the canned vanilla Coke to me isn't quite as good. I love the cherry Coke. I've had cherry Coke since I was a kid. There's a drugstore across from our high school.
Oh, yeah.
You go in after school and get a great cherry Coke. And you know,
I had to give up the regular side, so I'm really loving moving over to the Coke Zero side of things.
Well, I've done the same thing.
and they
because of-
make cherry Coke Zero.
They do.
too.
Yes,
and
they
that,
do.
That is really
Yeah,
great.
and I'm a big fan actually now because I've found as I've gotten older that if I get a 12-ounce can, I'll drink about 8 ounces of it, and the rest kind of goes to waste. So I'm buying little mini cans.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. In fact, I bought 2 10-packs of them at Walgreens yesterday in my refrigerator at the hotel.
And I'm on the other end. I buy the
2
24
liters?
Well, I typically I'll get the fountain drinks as I'm driving around.
Okay.
So whether I pull into a filling station, you know, or a Sonic or something along those lines,
Yeah.
and I get the 44 ouncer, and I go through a few of those.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put 2 12-ouncers in that puppy when I'm at home.
Yeah. No, I like the smaller cans because that quenches my thirst, and then I don't waste a lot that way.
That was a pretty cool shot we just had there.
It was.
Yeah, with us in the
That was what do they call that? A picture-in-picture shot?
so on the TV monitor,
The balloon blowing and us over in the corner.
That's
Yeah.
Michael Scott. He's part of the Dawn Patrol team.
Michael's out of Oklahoma City.
And he has asked for, there it is, that's
that
the
shot.
big video wall
Yeah.
that you can see us as well. Michael has asked for permission to stand his balloon up and do a little bit of a balloon show, something for us this morning so we can see things.
Well, and someone else is going to join him because there's another balloon inflating just beside him.
That looks like that might be Gestrone Wines, which would be Matthew Grote.
Yeah, probably another member of the Dawn Patrol team.
Yeah, if that's Matthew, and we'll be able to tell more when he stands up, he's now the new leader of the Dawn Patrol. And of course, they do a show on the Mass Ascension morning. So Saturday, Sunday, and of course
Tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning. Right?
Yeah. Yep. So with as we kind of move forward this morning, it is a great morning to go shopping. And I have to tell you, I was over in the official merchandise tent this morning, and merchandise selection is getting just a little slim. So if you were looking for, specifically if you're looking for certain sizes of articles of clothing, so you'll want to be sure and run over to the merchandise tent today. Be a great morning to do that. Crowds start coming back in tomorrow with the next Mass Ascension. Of course, Thursday and Friday with our special shape days.
Things get really busy.
Yeah, school's out, kids, families,
yeah.
all that stuff is back here. So, yeah, a great morning to go shopping. And of course, don't forget all the rest of our vendors down the line as well, with breakfast burritos and Krispy Kreme donuts and Dunkin' coffee and just all kinds of almost whatever you'd like to have for breakfast. There's Tom Thumb Donuts down there as well. Just about anything you would like for breakfast, it's available down there on Main Street.
Yeah, my cousins, Patty and Steve from Dallas, were in town, still are, and they came out. I missed them yesterday. They were here on Sunday morning, and but they came out yesterday, principally because Patty wanted to do some shopping.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I had told her, I said, well, Monday would be a great day to do that because there will be smaller crowds and it'll be easy to get up and down Main Street. She's got a bad knee like I have, two bad knees. So they were out yesterday, and she took care of all of her shopping and then came up and enjoyed the rest of the morning at Sponsored Hospitality. And so, yeah, on the weekdays is when we're not quite as crowded, at least the early weekdays before we get into the shapes and Flight of the Nations and stuff. Today would be a good day to be going up and down Main Street for merchandise, a little shopping is on your mind.
So there is
That's a picture.
Yeah, picture. That's a shot from
That's the
from
pilot
pilot
briefing.
briefing.
Right.
So I'm trying to see if I can identify who that might be. It almost looks like J.D. Huss, but I can't be sure for sure. He would be one of the safety folks. The other thing, speaking of Main Street, etc., in addition to all the food that you can pick up down there, lots of other merchandise, balloon related, some not balloon related, all kinds of different items for you to pick up there. And this would be a good time to remind folks that with special shapes coming up on Thursday and Friday, that Plano Pins has, in cooperation with Balloon Fiesta, made 107 different special shape pins for this 50th anniversary. So all those special shape folks that are going to be here, we have 120 special shapes registered. 107 of them now have a pin available only exclusively at Plano Pins. And you can buy the entire set. You can pick and choose one here, two there, etc. Or they actually have put together a set of just the new special shapes that are here.
Those that are here for the first time.
Or haven't been here for a while at all.
Okay.
And those designs actually also have the 50 worked into the design somewhere. So those are going to be very special.
Just like our announcement.
Just like all of the different.
Yes, there was a shot just while we were looking at Main Street, which is not too busy yet this morning, so and we had a great time to be doing some shopping. And so that Matthew breaking up in the balloon there?
I keep seeing crew.
Well, the balloon envelope itself is standing up. If you look out there beyond the monitor, he's right there beside Flight Scott.
I think that is.
We'll find out. We'll get an idea in just a second. But
I think that.
yeah, I started speaking with Diane and Plano Penn. I started working with Diane, well, originally we met back in the early 1980s. I was vice chairman of the then fledgling Plano Balloon Festival. Diane was in charge of the League of Women Voters Arts and Crafts Fair. That we both used the same city park, but the events took place on different dates. And we got together and said, you know what, it might make a lot of sense to put the two events together so that after the balloons flew in the morning, then there would be the day-long arts and crafts fair to go to, and then people doing that during the day could hang around for the afternoon session. And it became a huge success. It really built what today is now the Plano Balloon Festival. That is a massively successful. Diane and I go way back. She made my first made my announcer pins for years and years before they were adopted, I should say, into the official Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta announcer pins. Official years. Yeah, before they were blessed and became official, they were unofficial. Tom Rutherford and I had a number. Started out as my own pin. Then when I teamed with Tommy here, eventually I added Tommy's name to the pin, and we had several. And then eventually we had pins into the official category, and they became an official announcer pin.
There you go. That is actually Mike Heffron in the other balloon.
Oh, okay.
It's a spiral as he lights up.
Yeah.
There you see the yellow and purple and green spiral. So on our picture, he's on the left, and then the zigzag pattern to the right would be Michael Scott. So Michael, as you said, from Oklahoma, Mike Heffron from here in Albuquerque.
What if the power of home equity could fit in your wallet? Introducing the Avon card. By combining the HELOC with a credit card, Avon makes it easy for you to unlock your home's financial potential. Discover your zero-cost offer now at avon.com.
WordPress.com is professional WordPress hosting, built to scale, with no limits, slowdowns, or surprise fees. Plans start at just $2.75 a month, with a free domain name for your first year. Your site loads fast, stays online, and stays secure. And when you need help, real WordPress experts are available 24/7. Professional hosting you can rely on. WordPress.com.
Yeah, our Dawn Patrol team, when they fly as the Dawn Patrol show, presented by 366 Casino Hotel, are actually pilots from all over.
Yep.
Not just local pilots, a number of pilots, and sometimes folks like Doug Gant join in with their special shapes.
Doug Gant, who flies Hamlet on Big's Fly, had offered to fly our balloon camera this morning. He was scheduled to fly a competition. That was scheduled to not official delays or any of those types of things yet. As we have seen and as we've told you, pilots briefing going on now. They should be getting the weather shortly.
Right.
And then after the weather is presented, they will let us know
Give us an idea what the plan is.
Yeah, in fact, the guy on the right-hand side of the picture,
That's Brad T.
That's
Meyer.
Brad T. Meyer. He is the weather guy. That's Peg Wilson on the left. She is one of the two assistant balloon meisters.
Right.
Who is obviously doing part of the briefing this morning. But with Brad standing there, I think we're getting ready to move on. And there's Henry Rosenbaum, who is the balloon meister. Right. So I think we're getting pretty close to go to our weather, and once we do, we'll be able to pick up the audio as well. Find out firsthand what's happening. We just had like 12 more drops fall, and then it stopped
and then
again.
it stopped again. So really spotty. And Brad, of course, I was talking to a member of his team yesterday, and they start at like 2:30. I was talking about our own 3 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly.
Our 30 wake-up call. And he said, we're already up at work at 2:30. Gosh.
Talked about Mike Heffron sending a balloon out there, that lighted up trailer. That's his chase trailer.
Oh, okay.
That we were saying.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Got some of those light strip lights on. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there you can see a wide shot of it.
Balloon.
Yeah,
That's cool.
The lights on around it.
Balloonists do nothing if not creative.
That's it.
So I think we've got weather at the pilot briefing. What have Jeff over there, and let's find out what's going to happen today.
Temperature 56 degrees, dew point 53, relative humidity 94%. That's that saturated air that JD was talking about. They were reporting light rain at the top of the hour, and the barometric pressure was on the rise at 30.22 inches of mercury, with a QNH of 1017 for our international friends. Visibility was 8 miles, and they were reporting an overcast ceiling and 7,000 feet. Double Eagle, temperature was 52 degrees. The dew point was also 52, so the relative humidity is 100% there. Barometric pressure is falling at 30.23 inches of mercury. They're reporting 10 miles visibility, calm winds, and an overcast ceiling at 10,000 feet. So what we've got going on is we have that extratropical cyclone across the eastern seaboard that has worked its way off to the east and is allowing our system here to start to break down and work its way off to the east as well. However, we do have a low pressure system across central Arizona this morning, and that's going to produce more showers and thunderstorms across the area here today. For this morning, so I'll just show you on satellite, you can see this counterclockwise circulation across central Arizona. That's indicative of the low pressure system itself, and you can see it very well, especially eastward from that low pressure center, where we're expecting that shower and thunderstorm activity later on today. For this morning, you can see that downward trend in the precipitation. So when you're driving out here this morning, you probably saw and encountered light rain across the area. Here at the Fiesta Park itself, we did pick up 4/10 of an inch of rain overnight. That was as of about 4 o'clock. We probably added a couple hundred since then. So we're probably pushing right around just under a half an inch of rain here at Balloon Fiesta Park itself. But the downward trend is expected to continue through the morning hours, and we'll probably actually see a break in the rain activity, say by 8, 9 o'clock across the area, and really not see much developing till after, let's say, 2 o'clock. And then once we see 2 o'clock again, looking at the possibility of renewed thunderstorms across the area, lightning and gust of winds being the main threats with those storms. So the good news is that the winds are really light. And so it looks very favorable as long as we can get rid of these showers across the area. With that said, some of the ceilings earlier this morning, Double Eagle reported as low as 600 feet about 3 o'clock this morning. But since then, there's been, I think, a steady improvement. You can even start to see some clearing off to the north up there. So given that that's the case, we're fairly optimistic that things are going to work out for us this morning and we're going to be able to fly. Winds in the near surface layer are probably going to be relatively light in some areas. Once you get above 2,500 to 3,000 feet, that's going to be the top part of your box. So we're going to have a quasi box is what we call it this morning. So light variable winds in the near surface layer, and then some sort of southerly or southwesterly aloft. We did run a couple of high balls and also drone weather this morning. So let's see here. Here's what the drone weather looked like. We can only run this through 400 feet, but what we were seeing is everything was under 5 miles per hour and below us 400 feet, and you can see that the favorite direction at that particular time, which was about an hour ago, was out of the north. So in that near surface layer, really light winds out of the north. If you look at the high ball information, there we go. So you can see that in general, the high ball information shows you that we were running that northwesterly wind. Again, if you look at those speeds, very, very light out of the northwest, and then it starts to switch around once you get about to 2,500 feet to 3,000 feet out of the south and southwest, maybe picking up in speed a little bit once you get above, say, 5,000 feet AGL, but still, there's definite, you have to climb to find much speed at all this morning. So the expectation is that the winds in the near surface layer are going to be light, and then once you get aloft, you'll get a little bit more speed, but overall, it should be a light wind day, and not expecting a lot of weather issues outside of those showers. With that, make sure I've covered everything. Yep, okay, so our weather helper this morning is Ashlyn Wells, and she has our weather balloon. Do we have a launch director in the area to give her permission to launch? That's our first launch since the rain kind of dampened things for the dog.
So they just let a big pie ball go, one of those helium-filled balloons, weather balloons that they set up, and they'll let the pilots see what Brad was talking about there as far as the winds in the lower few hundred feet going slowly to the south. That would be a typical drainage wind. But then, as he said, AGL, that's above ground level. As they get up higher, it will go back out towards the north and the northwest.
Right, yeah, which is a fairly good direction.
That's a great direction for us. So the only concern is the showers that are here, and as he said, along around 8 or 8:30, that they should really break up. And so we'll have to wait and see exactly what the call is out there on what we're going to be doing this morning. But actually, that's encouraging.
It is. Certainly, probably more encouraging than many of us expected.
Yes.
When we arrived early this morning, and again, it may be a case like yesterday where we simply have to wait on the sun to rise. It was a clearer view of what kind of weather is around us, and if indeed those showers are breaking up and dissipating. And then it could be a long morning of flying, because today is a competition day.
It is.
Where we typically would have about half the pilots launching off the field and flying away, and then at some point in the morning we flag off the scoring area and open the field for our competitive pilots to then launch. They will have left the field and gone out to find a launch site based on wind direction information we provide them, and then they will launch and fly into the field.
Yep, they need to be at least a mile away, right, when they pick that launch site, and totally up to them. They heard all the winds. They will probably send up their own pie balls when they get out there.
They will, sure.
And many of them will say, "Nope, I don't like this. I want to move that way about a quarter of a mile, or I want to move this way."
They'll go that way, and there's nowhere to launch about a quarter of a mile away, so then they'll go back. I've always said, years when I was flying, if you fly in, it's kind of fun sometimes to just find the right street corner to stand on. Count how many times the balloons go back and forth, trying to. No, need to be a little bit more over this way. No, let's go back that. No, this is too far. Let's go back over here. And they back and forth until they finally. And eventually, you just give up and say, "Oh, the heck with it. Let's just pick this field and go."
Right. And by then, things have all changed.
It's all
weather
changed
prediction,
anyway,
all that
and nobody
stuff.
knows. Yeah.
You kind of have. I think, and I'm certainly not a serious competitor by any stretch of the imagination, but it's kind of like, if I can get in that general area, let's go there. Let's find a spot. Make sure things haven't changed drastically.
Right.
And then put up the balloon and let's go.
Yeah, get in the air and then let
fly
me
it
down
up
in the air and fly it to where I need to be.
Yeah.
And we heard Pat Cannon yesterday say that very thing. That's why he likes to be up early in competition and be really in the first third of the pack, because you want to be early so that your wind information is still as accurate as it can be. Things haven't changed a great deal.
Right.
But you do have some other balloons flying around you that you can go to school on, so that if suddenly you realize, well, I'm a little too far to the right, I need some left, you can look around and find someone at an altitude that's got a bit of left, and you can either go up or down to their altitude and make that course correction. And whereas if you wait, if you take forever going back and forth, trying to find the perfect launch site, by the time you do, everything's changed, and that launch site isn't any better than the one you could have had a half hour ago.
Exactly. Yeah, sometimes we'll even do that, not even competition. It's kind of like, well, if we launch from here, the direction we're going to go doesn't give us as many landing site choices. Yeah. So let's go over here, and then you get there and you say, well, maybe this isn't so good. I start calling that chasing launch sites. And sometimes you end up spending, by the time you now drive to another spot, here's 15 or 20 minutes, you get out, you look around for 15 or 20 minutes, and then you move again. Pretty soon, you've spent an hour looking for a launch site.
Right, when you could have been in the air flying.
Right, and since we only get the opportunity to fly for a couple of hours after sunrise, so that we're down before thermals hit, you've now wasted half the morning chasing the launch site.
Yeah, that's I've not heard that before like that.
So yeah, it's kind of like, if my own personal rule is, I'll move once to find a different launch site. If that's not good, I either put it up or not fly.
Yeah,
I'm not going to continue to chase around.
Well, and at home, we typically, we have a variety of launch sites. I live on a private airport, Grass Strip Airport. And a lot of times we launch from right there. It's great. When I was actively flying, because I could literally just drive out into essentially my backyard and inflict the balloon city of Shreveport that based on wind direction, we know we can go there and we'll have a good opportunity for LCs, landing zones out in front of us. So it doesn't take a lot of moving, but when you're flying in an area you're not particularly familiar with, sometimes, or if you're in competition chasing a target, then yeah, you can spend half of the flight time, as you say, chasing the launch site.
Well, and we are really spoiled with the amount of open space that we have out on the west and northwest side of town here, that you can just say, we're going to launch from this field, and it doesn't really matter much which direction the wind is blowing because there'll be landing sites in all of those. And that is definitely not the case around the country.
Yeah.
You really do need to say, okay, the wind is going here, therefore I need to launch from here because that gives me this launch site downwind.
Yeah.
And if I were to launch from somewhere else, I don't have those landing sites.
Right. Again, back home in Shreveport, Louisiana, we don't have that option like you have.
Right.
So we have identified a number of launch sites, be it schoolyards or our little airport, the LSU campus, some other places where we know that with the wind, if the wind is out of this direction, that's a good site to launch from because it then takes us into an area where we will have ample landing opportunities. But it isn't like we can just walk out and say, oh, let's just go fly.
Let's go from here.
Yeah, let's go from here, and we know that we go from here and suddenly you're in downtown Shreveport going, oh my goodness.
Now what do I do?
Help Mr. Wizard, I want to be a balloon pilot today. So yeah, it does take some pre-planning sometimes.
If you are just getting here on the field or just joining us online, it is Tuesday morning, a competition day, Coca-Cola Day here at the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. We just listened to the weather report at Pilot's Briefing, where they were told that there continues to be some showers in the area, although the winds are light and would make for a very nice flight. We're just kind of waiting to see what the official decision is on flights and competition this morning. We should be getting that word here shortly. Of course, it's still dark, so we are still, even if we were to be launching, we're still a good 25 minutes away from the first really launch opportunity. We do see a couple of balloons on the field this morning. A couple of our Dawn Patrol pilots, Michael Scott and Michael Heffron, have both stood up their balloons and have kind of given us a little glowy show out there this morning.
Mini glow.
Yeah, so people can kind of see what's going on, lights up the field.
I was just scrolling through some of the comments on our Facebook feed, and there are several people who are obviously in the area, some still in bed in their hotels, and they're watching us trying to decide, are they going to fly? Do I need to get up and go, this morning, or this is my last day here? Should I go to the field? And yeah, we're waiting on the official word, but certainly from what Brad Tiemeyer, our weather guru, said, it does certainly sound positive and hopeful that as long as the showers around dissipate as he expects them to, then I would think there's a good shot that we'll go flying this morning.
I saw one of the very early pieball readings. As you said, our weather guys get started around 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And I saw one of those earlier readings, and as high as they could track a pieball, the speeds were under 10 miles per hour.
Yeah, I think I saw that same update. We usually get the first update. I think it's around 4:30. Yeah. Because I'm usually up getting dressed and about to head to the field, and I saw that update. It was an interesting track because on one of the tracks it was almost a circular.
Yeah, all the way around.
All the way around. You could go any direction you wanted. But I did the same thing. I wasn't looking at directions so much as I was looking to see what are the speeds.
Right.
The speeds were about 5 miles an hour and not much more. Yeah. Just as high as you wanted to go.
And a number of different directions, so there could be lots of different strategies if we are able to pull competition off.
Yeah,
this
I mean that's because that is one of the difficulties with competition here is if the wind is if there is a prevailing direction on the surface, sometimes it's difficult to find a suitable launch site where you can plan on that. You kind of have to look at the upper winds and say, okay, I'm going to go out to the west, and then I'm going to go up to 4,000 feet and get that wind that'll bring me over the field. Then I'm going to dive bomb down into the field and then get into that surface flow. Right. So it makes it a bit challenging sometimes.
Definitely some flight planning. While a lot of balloons and people think about, oh, you just get up there and float around and go from there.
Yeah.
When you want to get to a specific spot, like you said, a competition target as well, then yeah, you got to start planning that flight.
Right.
I'm going to fly so long at this altitude because that's going to put me here. Then I'll go to this altitude and it's going to get me here. All of those types of things.
Yeah.
Some people, I think, spend way too much time on that too, because by the time they get up there, it's all changed.
It's all changed. As you were saying, sometimes the best thing to do is just get the balloon in the air and then
get close.
Do some of that pilot blank. I mean, just become a balloon pilot and fly the dadgum thing and get to where you need to go. And that's kind of where you sometimes draw the line between folks that are really pilots and those that just, I always said when I was learning to fly, I knew just enough to launch the balloon and, go along for the ride, and then when it came time, try to find a place to land. I had no clue about steering the balloon or flying it to where I wanted to go.
Right.
It was just, I launched it, and then I was just a passenger, and I just rode along and had a great time. And then when fuel got to a certain level, I thought, okay, now I need to look around. Where can I go land?
Yeah.
There was no flight planning or pre-thought given to it. And then the more, as you begin to accumulate hours, you begin to learn to say, hey, I can actually drive this balloon and take it from this point to that point if I do a little bit of planning and do a little bit of piloting en route.
We're getting some shots of some great ballooning souvenirs that are out there.
I was going to say, I have 2 of those at home. Those are solar-powered
yes, those are
balloons,
really cool.
And they're really cool. I have them hanging out on my deck. I picked them up from Phil Whittington and his balloon gift company. We have several, and Phil, I apologize. I think it's Montgolfier Gifts is the name. He's here on field, and I apologize, Phil, because I sometimes forget the company name. But I got mine from him. I think most of the balloon companies, the folks that sell ballooning wares, have those now.
We have them in our gift shop, Balloon Fiesta.
Okay,
yeah.
Phil was at the BFA convention back in April up in Topeka, Kansas, and he had them there, and I saw them. And so I got a couple of them and have them hanging on my deck. But yeah, they have a little solar panel in the top, and at night it ignites the burner, and you have a little balloon glow out on your balcony or patio or wherever it might be that you have it hung.
And I think what was really cool about that, a lot of those solar lights, the light just comes on.
Right.
But in these balloons, it
actually
flickers and
flickers.
goes back and forth, so it really does look like a balloon burner.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a great shot of the Albuquerque Balloon Museum, the Albuquerque Anderson Abruzzo International Balloon Museum.
You also see in that shot one of those red and white pylons, and those are going to become critical today if in fact we do fly.
Yep.
Because you'll find those, one in each corner of Balloon Fiesta Park. They are 75 feet tall, and they are 75 feet tall for a reason. The reason is that is a visual marker for our pilots. By regulation, when the competitors fly into this field, they have to be at minimum of 75 feet over the crowd until they reach the flagged off scoring zone.
Right.
Then they can drop right down to the deck if they want to get close to the target. But coming over the crowd line, they have to be at a minimum of 75 feet. So those pylons are strategically placed at each corner of the field. So as you're flying in, you can look, and if you're flying in the air and you look across in your basket, and your basket is down below the top of one of those pylons, you're going to get called to the tower because you're too low.
Yes.
And so that's a visual reference for pilots flying into the field to know what minimum altitude they need to be at. They have to be at least as high as the top of those pylons until they're in the scoring area, where they can then drop down to the deck. And that's for the safety of all the persons on the ground down below.
And then when they get in that scoring area, the idea is to drop one of these markers on whatever the target is. Maybe the bow of the boat, if we do the Sid Cutter Memorial, maybe the center of an X.
Yep, could be.
So a weighted, you can see this is kind of little flag, little weighting here at the other end. This is basically what they will throw. It does need to be unfurled like this. They can't throw it rolled up. There'll be a penalty for that.
Can't have a rubber band around
it.
Nope.
Yeah, and you'll see them kind of do this, crank it up this way, and you'll see people give it a toss.
Yep.
We'll probably see people, if they need to get a little more distance. Are you going to try?
I was going to say, I was just going to demonstrate. What you'll see is what we call the windmill, where the rule of thumb is you take the length of the baggie or the marker, and you take a third in this hand, and kind of a third back here, and then you start this, pardon me, this windmill action. And what happens with me most of the time is you've got to know when, you got to time when to let go so that it goes, and I would let go and it would go up and straight up into the balloon.
Yeah.
Or what you will see, I promise you, you will see this. It will get wrapped up in the cable of the balloon, and then the pilot's going, oh no, I've got to get this out, and he's flying past the target. Then finally it's just, oh heck, and tosses it back over the side.
So we have video from a previous Balloon Fiesta live show.
Yeah.
Where the guy does that. He starts winding it up here and hits the vent line.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it just kind of bounces off, all right? So then he does it again, and he hits the vent line again a second time. So then he kind of he kind of adjusts the length here.
Yeah.
And he reaches a little bit differently, and he cranks it up again, and it literally goes around the crown line this time. So now he has to actually undo this.
Right.
And so I think on the fourth attempt, he actually moved the crown line out of the way, and he ends up bouncing this off the side of the basket. Literally, I put a counter up.
Yeah.
6 different times he attempted this before he finally got it. And you know, and you could see he was turning more and more in the basket as it was beginning.
Because he's flying past the target while all this is happening. Whereas if you just wad it up and throw it like a baseball, you know, he would have scored.
Some people, I've seen pilots literally go stand on a balcony somewhere and practice this wind up and this windmill throw.
I know pilots who literally climb up, if they don't have a balcony, they climb up on the roof. And just stand on the roof and wind and have a bucket of, you know, like you'll go to, if you're a golfer, you go to a driving range
with a bucket of
balls.
Get a
bucket of balls and you sit and you just knock balls all day long. Well, balloon pilots, those serious competitors, they'll get a bucket of markers or baggies, as we sometimes call them. Go up on the roof or on the balcony and sit up there and just wind up and throw them. And I've seen guys, ALBUQUERQUE from Texas was a guy who I swear he could launch a baggie 50 yards once he wound it up. He did that windmill thing.
Practiced enough that he got
Some guys are really good at it, and they can sling that thing, and it's like throwing a spear. It's amazing. Others, like you say, you know, it's kind of pointless.
We're now in one of the official merchandise tents, and so you're seeing some of the official 50th merchandise there. The very first shot we saw there, very popular retro tee as well. And then
that's the T-shirt that my cousin bought yesterday.
Yeah, and then there's the varsity jacket right there in the center.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and there's that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
it. Yeah. Are those teal colored sleeves?
Yeah, yeah. And you see, it's got the 72 down on the pocket there, and it's got the BF for Balloon Fiesta and the Big 50 logo on the back. That is a really cool.
That is a
varsity,
good looking. Yeah, that's a good looking varsity jacket. I like that.
Yeah, so those are still available over there, obviously. And then what I did here was the retail jacket, which is a little to the left of this shot, is another one that is really, really nice. It's got a lot of different accoutrements on it. There's the back of it right there. You see, it's kind of got the same.
It's got the same logo as like the
Fiesta Gold balloon.
Yeah.
The original 13 are around the outside of that, and then when you look on the front, you see those extra turquoise stripes, the accents on the pockets, and actually on the inside of the zipper, it looks like they haven't zipped up. You wouldn't be able to see it. It actually says Balloon Fiesta on the inside of the zipper, so when you've got your jacket partly open, on the inside the lip there as well, and a nice hood for it as well. It's detachable. Well, we don't. Some of the merchandise over there in the official merchandise tent.
We don't still have it backstage, or I might choose to pull it out. But you know, last year I worked with a lady who now is local, and you know, because we get staff jackets every year, and I've been here for 33 years now, so I had a closet full of jackets. I've given some to crew and friends, sold a few here and there occasionally. But you know, a lot of times you find people that you see people do T-shirt quilts.
Yes.
Well, I had the idea, what if I could take those jackets and create a quilt? And so long story short, found a lady who could do that for me, and brought like a dozen of my previous Fiesta jackets here with me last year.
I remember.
Turned them over to her. Well, they delivered the quilt to me this morning.
Oh wow!
And just blew my mind with it. It is amazing. I've got some photos. I'll post it later on my Facebook page. But because we've already packed it up and taken it.
Yo, what is up, my balloon tribe? Y'all turning out today, huh? Look at that. Had that plane guy all baffled just now. He was so confused for a second. Bang Star got starred by the bang, huh? All right, so far I got your names on the let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who am I missing here? I can't see all the names. We got Alan, Chips, Dan, Gustavo, Valdez, Zap, me. Am I missing somebody? Everybody put in, I mean, just for future references, put in your gamer tags in the chat, please, so I can make sure I got everybody's names. We're still about 10 minutes before we lift off. I'm sure some of my other people are going to be coming in here a little bit. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure everybody's here so I can see who's all what balloon they got. So we got a total of 7. I'm missing somebody here. I can't see who's in this one here. I can't see it. Can I see through the balloon? No. So we got 7 balloons and I got 6 names. Well, I got 7 names. I'm tripping, boy. Okay. Yeah, if y'all can give me if y'all can put down y'all's gamer tag names down in the comments, please, so I can make sure I got everybody's names correct, because I can't see half of them. Hold on, maybe this will help. That can help. Okay, so we got Dan, I got you, I got Chips, we got Valdez, we got Zap, we got Alan, got Gustavo, got myself. And we got Murray coming in. All right, Murray. Murray. Yeah. All right, so what we're doing, guys, so I want to kind of go over a little bit of the rules. I don't know if everybody was able to kind of get into, I guess, the message I sent. Yeah, no worries, guys. So what's going to happen is, pretty much, if you watch my cursor right here, my mouse, you have 4 targets on the outside. Okay, those are pretty much anywhere from the letters, the numbers. In this area, it counts as 5, as long as you hit the concrete only. Here in the middle, pretty much you have your 10-point spot. Well, for this one, this is going to be your mark right here. Make like a little plus sign. Anywhere on the concrete, you can land 10 points. Now the 15-point banger is right here. There's a little helicopter symbol. You have to land or hit inside of the square in order to score the 15 points. Unlike on the sides where you can kind of land anywhere in this area up to the number. As long as you hit concrete, you have to literally hit inside the square with that one. Lorenzo, what's up? So pretty much, now the other rule I have, a couple more rules. If you feel like you need to make another pass or you need to start over, you can, but you have to land the balloon first. No skewing, no stopping or starting. You have to land the balloon first. I will be watching. Everything must be fair. All right, I'm probably not even going to compete because I see a lot of y'all showing up. I'm going to put y'all's names on here. So you must land, and you cannot land in the airport. Anything in the airport zone is off limits for landing. If you land in this here, that means you are done competing for the day. It means to me, that's you're done. So you will have to land outside of the airport. All right. Now, let me try to get this faster. And let me know if y'all have any questions. I'll be glad to try to help out. All right. Now you can score multiple points in one pass. Say for instance you're able to get a wind that comes down this way, down 33L. boom, 5 points. And you happen to get the straight line, boom, 10 points. Boom, 5 more points. So you can actually gain up to 20 points plus on one pass. But like I said, once you touch the ground in here, you must try to score what you can. There are no more do-overs. That is it. That's your final run. Trying to think of something else I needed to add. Let me put the rest of y'all names in there while I got it. Let's see. Hold on. I got y'all.
Gathering in Coronado that we now call the first Fiesta, when it was Sid's idea to put launch officials in black and white referee shirts so they would be easily identifiable to the pilots and to the public. And that's
sure got no. Where's Murray at? Murray.
We don't have the uniform restrictions that perhaps the NFL.
Got you. Okay, so right now we have a total 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 balloons. Awesome. Y'all are fabulous. Fabulous, y'all. So y'all's names are on the left side of the screen. Once you come in and finish your run, I will tally up the scores. Maybe at the end. So we'll probably do it at the end, if not during live. We'll figure it out. I had another rule, but it wasn't that big of a deal. So once we take off, the target. So there's a flag at the bottom right. It's a green flag at the bottom right of my screen, right? If it turns red, that means the target location is closed. You will literally have an hour and 10 minutes. T-White's in here? You'll literally have an hour and 10 minutes. So pretty much when we take off here at 8:30 Central Standard Time, you'll have till 9:40 Central Standard Time to, let's do 9:50. We'll do 9:50 Central Standard Time to make your target run. You can start back as many times you want, but you must land. So. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know.
They have given the pilot of the day, Marcia Lambert.
And I guess since y'all are competing, y'all can go ahead and find your spots. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take off at the launch. And then, yeah, good luck, everybody. I will be watching. Play fair. Live weather set it to 6 p.m. Central, local. And good luck, everybody. Have fun. And let's go ballooning. Once I take off and after the anthem, I will give y'all to go ahead to make it happen. Y'all have fun. Good luck. As soon as I take off from the field and the Star Springer Better's done, y'all can take off.
And she has now stood up the Coca-Cola balloon. Remember today, Coca-Cola Day here at the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. So. And actually, in addition to that cloud bank right there that's kind of low, the clouds are definitely lighter as we start looking out around the north and even around to the northwest.
Yeah, they are. Well, so, and most of the weather's been coming from the west, and it really doesn't look
too bad out that way. So, yeah.
So certainly, look at that shot. That's just that's a
cool?
gorgeous picture.
Yeah.
It's a calendar picture there. Somebody's on the field and snaps that.
And there's that bank of clouds.
So if you see, real quick, if y'all see that the yellow flag in the bottom right of my corner, I just turned it yellow. Once that flag turns green, that'll be y'all's signal to take off and come on in. But everybody go to your spots. Y'all have an awesome flight. Be safe. Y'all must at least go a 3-mile radius. 3-mile radius from the field.
The peak is just a little bit out of the screen.
A little bit to the right, out of screen, but that's in the neighborhood of 10,000 feet.
Which would put the clouds about 7.
maybe even
that fog back even lower.
Maybe even lower.
Yeah,
actually, yeah. Some of those folks that you were talking about earlier that are living at maybe 5,000 to 6,000 feet, they're probably.
Have a certain amount of visibility, so you couldn't fly in that cloud. happening.
No.
But we are far enough away from
You
it
can
based
fly
on
here at
those
Fiesta
rules.
Park.
Yes.
Because we have enough clearance between us and those clouds.
Exactly.
You're right. Likewise with the clouds that you can see in the picture overhead. Those balloons can fly as long as we stay, say, at 5,000 feet. Top, make that your ceiling altitude. Exactly. Don't go for the other.
Yeah, I got winds coming out the west as well. Y'all be careful, these winds are going to be tricky today. Yeah, the only wind option on the queue, bro. I see why you're over there, Jim. If any other pilots come in late, let me know. I'll add you to the list. If you don't know the rules, I'll let you know. Very simple, very fair. Yeah, y'all go find yourselves a spot. Who's this next to me?
Busy time for the pilot, right?
All right, yeah, Valdez, go find your spot, my boy.
Ready, your passenger in.
Good luck.
They're all briefed. You're getting yourself the balloon buoyant so that when they do get to the zero in the countdown, you actually lift off the ground. Of course, also the
day has the flag to deal with as well,
attached
which
as
will
well.
be draped and unveiled or unfurled as the balloon moves off. A bit of extra equipment to deal with.
Yeah, timing it all to the
Yeah, make
national
sure y'all
anthem.
3 mile radius. I can see from here how far y'all are, by the way. Just know that.
But, you know, in
Nautical miles, you got to go beyond 3 nautical miles.
Folks, that wouldn't be happening.
No cheating.
So if you're still
Love you guys. You have a good, safe flight.
You need to get up.
Make sure y'all, hey Merle, you got to go back a little bit.
There's no simpler way to say it.
You're within the 3 nautical miles.
Which then bodes well for competition after getting all of our non-competitor pilots and our ride pilots up and in the air. And then, of course, you know those competition pilots aren't sitting too far away waiting to see what's going to happen. So let's get down to Ruth and quickly. Go, Ruth.
Hey, that's
I'm
fine,
down here
y'all.
with
That's
Marcia
fine.
Lambertson, balloon of the day. Today she's going to be flying the American flag.
Y'all are interesting
the American
here,
flag
huh?
for Coke. Marcia, you ready?
I am ready. We are ready to get off the field today. Flying for
Alright.
Coca-Cola, one of the best sponsors for Balloon Fiesta. Y'all come out and see us.
Damn, Chips, you way over there, bro?
You've been doing this a long time. Is this your first time as balloon of the day?
No, it's not. It's my third time.
Awesome. Well, have a great flight, Marcy. Love you. Bye.
Well, y'all are separated. Like y'all are.
And now,
like,
ladies and gentlemen,
here we go.
the Coca-Cola balloon taking our flag.
Do not take off
airborne
until the
with our
green
national
flag is on the
anthem
screen, the bottom
by
right, ladies
the
and
New
gentlemen.
Mexico.
Thank you very much and have a great flight. Y'all pay attention to my screen, see how I'm taking off and where I'm going. That'll help with y'all's decision and find a place to land. Green flag has been lifted. Y'all are good to go.
New Mexicors
Good
and
luck,
the
everybody.
Coca-Cola balloon as it is Coca-Cola Day here at the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. And we are underway for Tuesday morning.
It's one of the things.
I gifted my husband these pants.
Bro, you fucking ass. You ain't getting no free advertisement, bitch.
Tomorrow we're attempting to do a world record. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Didn't mean
No.
to be the best. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Didn't mean
No,
to be rude.
no, I gotcha. I gotcha. I'm sure the Wright brothers would say that they could not do what they did.
Now I got east
if it
wind,
weren't
by the
for
way. Look at that
people
shit.
came and just
Bank
like Neil
Star is
Armstrong
very
stood on their shoulders and
curious
we
what the hell's
can't
going
do
on.
those lifts. Well, we are based in Dayton, Ohio, and you know,
Now I got a whole east wind
I'm
up
not sure
here,
how much
y'all.
time we have, so I want to make sure that I take the opportunity to say how amazing it is for the Hall of Fame to be here. Matt has been so kind and so gracious. It's a rich, diverse, talented audience that you have here. Many, many bright, exciting people, and I can't wait for ballooning and balloon aficionados and for people like Troy to be nominated. I hope to see more of a presence by the balloon folks at the National Aviation Hall of Fame, and I'd like to work with Pat and other people to ensure that this happens, because this is aviation. We are seeing the best right here, right now.
I'm watching you, Alan. Watching you, Murray. Watching y'all.
So I appreciate your comments there.
Oh, watching y'all, bro. Y'all coming from both sides. Y'all gonna have to be crazy.
That's always
That's awesome. Then we got an airplane flying over.
Let's do it. I want to thank both of you for taking time to come up and more about our sport, and then for coming up.
It's a west wind, very low, and everything else is more of an east.
Are you here for the rest of the week? Is it a quick trip for you? Or?
It's just the rest of the day.
Rest of the
so
day.
I'm glad we got to see the balloons fly.
Well, I'm glad we did as well.
Yeah, if y'all moving, I see you. Y'all know I'm watching y'all now.
Connecting with you through Pat and our organization and Ballooning Magazine, which I'm the editor of the BFA.
See you White back there.
Ways perhaps that our organizations and
Got
publications
Dan back there.
and broadening.
Look at y'all beautiful people, man.
Ballooning and the rest of the aviation world. Thank you both for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Great to see you.
Thank you as well. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Mr. Greg Principato, who is the chairman and CEO, president.
I mean, technically we are surrounded by waters. I mean, we're on like a foot part of a, you know, of the island.
And Art is in position and ready on the field to get the competition underway.
We got Lorenzo over here.
Just a couple of minutes, and so Art, I'm going to toss it down to you on the field. Take it away.
Thank you, Glenn. We are down here right
I think he's packing up and getting ready to go somewhere else too.
And as we've talked about this morning, competition is underway. There are actually two tasks that are going to take place today. One, to be able to fly in, drop your marker right on the bow of the boat. That is the best score. We're actually going to measure from this X. You see the fabric.
Yeah, Murray way over there.
This is the X, so that we're measuring from that center of that X to the bow. Order of 14 feet or so. As long as the marker is on or in the boat,
Murray, you good?
that is really the best score. If it falls off into the grass, that's like it falling off into the water. We'll measure from the center of the X and then add
Look at the traffic down there.
We joke, you could figure that might have been depth. Now, there are three other parts of this task, and I'm going to step this way. There is some white fabric farther out before you get to the boat. Nice big area. You could call that the Big Island.
I'm like the government big brother watching y'all now. Like fire. That Bank Star is having a field day over there. He's like, look at all these balloons. Balloon tribe. They're experiencing greatness.
And you get to the south side of us, there are two smaller chevrons that represent two islands. Also scoring places. If you were to land inside that chevron, that would be like getting your marker on an island, and we would measure directly to that
the winds at the level ground are dull. They're low, low, low. And then it gets back from the west. So ground level to about 400 feet below, it's west to east. So technically, I mean, he can fly over and come back. Button again. Lord Jesus.
You have to go kind of high to go back north and make another pass to get here to throw your marker. Let's turn around this way. Can we go this way over this blue and purple one over here? He's going to have a pass in.
8. And Lorenzo's over there still.
Coming in, and we'll just kind of watch and see. He's got a good line for the X. He's going to be a little bit too far west, maybe not, of the island as we come down that side.
Valdez coming on in.
They're inside the flagging, they can get all the way down to the ground. They cannot
What happened to
touch
Lorenzo?
the ground without getting a penalty. So we'll just continue to watch. He's going to go right
there he is.
between the island and the X. We'll see which way they decide to throw. There's the throw on the island, not on the fabric, so that's going to be in the water. It'll be measured from where we're standing, the X here, and then 300 feet. There's the throw on the X. That looks really good. So, 2 tasks.
Yeah, he said landing already. Hey, but you know something, bro? This is what being a balloon pilot's all about, bro. This is why I say it's not made for the weak. Trust me. I'm watching though. I'm watching. Murray kind of sporadically running around, you know. I'm watching you though, bro. Well, y'all be crash landing, man.
Meanwhile, there are a couple going down the east side, almost behind.
Y'all crash landing like a mofo, I noticed. Y'all be like, what, pow.
I see a few balloons kind of up high. We'll see if they drop down and make their pass on the field. So competition is underway at the 50th Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. Didn't get competition in yesterday.
I mean, y'all still got an hour and 7 minutes to get to the target, so I mean, don't kill yourselves. I'm watching y'all plummet from the sky and hit Earth like y'all some kind of wrecking ball or some shit. I did that this morning. My poor passenger. I'm used to it. I just bounce. Stop.
About this big to be able to attempt to ring that pole, and we have cash available if you're able to ring the pole. Points, after we measure these, points are awarded to first, second, third, all the way down as many people.
I mean, literally the ground down here at the airport, look at this. It's coming from the sun going towards y'all. So if y'all literally ride about 100 to 200 feet, it may be a little slow, but it's going to bring a direct course from west to east. But if you go up about 400, it's like 180 that real quick.
So, and it would be really cool to say you were the champion at the 50th Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. We should also point out that the top 20 in any year's competition gets to fly that number banner the very next year. So
See Lorenzo over there. See, he can actually take off where he's at and ride the tree line and make it, and then he can actually, like what I'm saying is, you can get as many targets as you can, but once you exit the airport, you can't score no more after you done touched the ground. So that's my thing. You can actually come in from the east, hit a couple of targets, go down. Well, no, but once you go down, it's gonna start bringing you back west. So yeah, just welcome to ballooning, my boys.
As he comes by,
it's not easy, huh?
there's the throw right in the boat.
Y'all gonna make me compete here in a minute. I see what Valdez is doing though. He on a good little track. But just know that if you go down, it's going to be from west to east. It's going to bring you right back to where you were.
As well, but the orange marker that is in the boat, great throw. It's not unfurled. I don't know if that'll be an issue. And of course, the screwdriver coming down the west side of the field, heading your way. They've pulled the blade up because it would be dragging on the ground, frankly, at this point.
Well, actually, I was just going to say I could use that screwdriver up here. I just noticed that one of the arms of my chair has broken and the screw is bent, so it is a Phillips head. So
also, just to say, yesterday's last night event was canceled because of the rain, so everybody literally starting at 0 today. If we would have competed yesterday, whoever scored whatever points would have carried on to the evening flight competition. But since nobody flew, everybody's starting fresh. Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got Lorenzo over here. I'm about to take my balloon here in a minute. Alright, so we have Valdez coming on in. He said he hates New York. I mean, you are technically in between like two bodies of water, so you're gonna get, different types of winds. T-White over there. Look, T-White creeping. Look at it. I see you over there, bro. He just slowly pulling. All right, we got Valdez coming in the field now. If you don't feel satisfied with this run, it's up to you. But I mean, you're going. Just getting any points right now is going to help out. But if you feel like you want to start over, just don't land in the airport. Because once you touch the ground, that's it. You have to go outside. So technically the only points that you would probably be able to get, is somewhere on this side. But Dan, he's the quiet one back there. He'd be coming back from out of nowhere too. I'm watching y'all now. Y'all just like inching closer, huh? Alright, guys. See what you're doing, brother. See what you're doing. Alright, so we got Valdez first. we have Curious Simmers watching as well. Don't hit the ground. If you hit the ground, that's a disqualification. Unless you're trying to score now. If you hit the ground, you cannot try again. You can see how the winds are pulling back. It's going to be a tricky one. Just to get any points is going to be a challenge today. Yeah, I don't think y'all gonna make it over there, guys. You're gonna have to probably start over. I'll start this land plot. Everybody went the whole other way. Valdez over here, he's trying to do something. He's the only one over the mark right now. He's trying to get something. Just remember, this here, this, and the little helicopter thing over here. All these are your scores. If you're gonna try to get this 110, 1.5 point or whatever, then heck yeah. He's trying, y'all. He's trying. He is definitely trying. Might have to go up and try again. I don't know if you can make a corner of this right here. If you can make it within this little corner, I'll count as 5, but I don't know if you probably ain't gonna make it. Y'all way out there. Lorenzo is still yet to really kind of get in the air. Alright, so we got Joe Chips over here. We got Valdez. He's still trying to at least get some kind of points going on. You got me in the background coming up. You got Dan. You got T.Y. He's trying, man. He's trying. See what he's doing. I'm watching. I'm watching. He said, I'm trying to get 5 points. And you can go try to score at other sections of the airport, but once you leave the boundaries of the airport, you no longer can be scored. I'm gonna get a screenshot every time. If I can make sure it works. There we go. So, I mean, you can definitely go try to hit the other scores as well. But once you score this one, you cannot score this one again. You get on point and hit in this zone real quick. You get it within here. That'll be 5 points. 5 points, 5 points, 5 points. If you even a half an inch in this little block right here, that's 5 points right there for you. You just have to go up and try to go that way and score another one from one. Come on, come on. What you got? What you got? Oh, you're gonna miss it. No, Valdez, you missed it. No. Oh, you missed it by like a stripe, a painted stripe, man. Steve White just cruising over there. Every time I turn around, Lorenzo's in like a different spot. Joe, what are you doing? What was that? I do know y'all have, if y'all land, you have to go back to that certain radius to start over to fly, right? I know probably what you specifically mentioned, but these clouds, man, where do y'all clouds come from? That ain't going nowhere. It's all good, bro. Like I said, we're just, starting this off and trying to feel everything out, trial and error. Trial and error, bro. So Valdez just missed 5 points. Dan's over there. I was like, he's been quiet. He's gonna sneak up on me. Yeah, where are these clouds coming from, bro? Ooh, holy shit. And even the clouds are going to change the weather up. Alright, about that. What you got going over there? far, huh? Now we got 49 minutes before target closes, so you haven't touched the land yet. So if you want to go land somewhere and take off again, be my guest. Like Gustavo, he's way up there. Where's Zap at? Where's he at? Where's Zap? There he is. Just trying to make sure I'm keeping up with everybody. I think Lorenzo gonna be the one that's gonna come last minute and steal it from all of us. Watch. Yeah, balloons all over there, including mine. I'm gonna let mine go down so I can start over. All right, we got Joe Chips coming on in. Oh, there's Lorenzo. Here he goes. Yeah, Dan and T White, I mean, I don't know what y'all's plans are, but y'all might want to land and try again. If y'all want to. Thank y'all all for joining this afternoon, man. This is a really good one. But yeah, just land it. Just land it up, bro. Make sure you land first and go retake off. Yeah, my balloon's in the cloud. I don't know where this cloud came from. And I'm right over you too, bro. Yeah, we moving up here. Holy smack. Alright, we got Joe Chips. We got Valdez in right now. What you doing, Chips? What you playing? Just remember that wind kind of shifts back the other way at the ground level. Are you going for that 10 point? At least? Alright, so I think Valdez is kind of on the outskirts of that now. He can still land outside of the airport zone and still have a chance to come back in. We have Zap, Allen, and Murray all up there. Lorenzo, he's sneaking his way around. T White and Bayou Man and Dan, they went a little south over there. Alright. This morning's competition winner is not here this afternoon. Scooby, I want to congratulate him. Also, congratulations to Allen for winning the Hare and the Hound morning and evening competition for Friday. All right, where is Joe going for? What is he going for? We got Joe and Valdez. So this is where, if you score within these yellow lines, wait, over here, it's these, my bad, it's this one. This is your, this does not count. It does not count, it's not the runway. Right in here. My bad. Then you got Valdez creeping way back, okay. Going for the helicopter one? What you doing? What you doing? You said you're trying to get the helicopter. Helicopter's over here. I mean, yeah, you kind of got that. Dan cheated. Oh, Dan, I see you cheating. That's fine. Let's get you. Nah, he landed. Looks like my balloon landed somewhere. Alright, so I'm gonna reload mine. Bang Stars is having a banging afternoon, huh? Next we have Allen coming in. He's now entering the field. We got Zapparoli coming on in. We got Murray coming in as well. Remember, you can score multiple times. But once you become out this field, you can no longer score once you touch this ground. Alright, so Joe looks like he's going to try again soon. Alright, Alan, don't kill yourself, bro. Don't kill yourself, dog. He's just floating over this place. He's going for them 10 points. And he got no error now, huh? Go to the left. Now, when there's 10 minutes to go before we close the target area, the flag on the bottom right will turn yellow. And once that flag turns red, competition is closed. All right. Oh, you just missing that, huh? Came close. You touched the ground. Now you got to score. You got to score. You can no longer take off and come back in. This is your scoring area. You got to score something. As long as you're inside this field and time's still open, you can hang around and touch the ground all you want. But once you leave this area, you cannot come back in. No more retakes. We got Allen dropping in. And no worries, Dan. No worries, brother. It's difficult, man. Being a hot air balloon pilot ain't easy, no. All right, we got Merle. What's he got? Make sure you got to hit the good side of this. Concrete only, or the outsides, or this helipad. 15 points. 10 points. Outside 5. Once you touch that ground, you have to score. If you leave this area, you're no longer able to score. Get busy over here. I'm watching. Who's closer? Not yet. I think Valdez is about to get 10. This is your 15 over here, Alan. I'm watching. See Merle. You got Zapparoli coming on in. Look at Valdez. Come on, bro. You're about to get yourself a 10-pointer. About to get yourself a 10-pointer here, dude. Look at you, son. You got look, bro. I'm telling you, landing. I mean, touch and go within this area. Concrete only. Get you that 10 points, bro. Get you that 10 point. Put the pressure on everybody. Put that pressure on them. Put the pressure on them. Drop it. Put the pressure on them. Come on, bro. Get down. There's 10 points right here. You can still score, but you have to go the outside. But it's 10 points. Get it. Where you going? No. What are you doing, Gustavo? No, Gustavo. Get down inside. You got 10 points right below you, bro. Go down. What are you doing? Who paid him off, bro? Yeah, get down. You got to get inside of this. Concrete only. Inside these yellows. Come on, bro. Come on, man. That's 10 points right here, and you can still go try to get them corners. Come on, get down. Come on, buddy. Get down. You can touch and go. Yeah, you need to touch. 10 points. All right, guys. Looks like Gustavo's about to take the lead on y'all. I mean, shit. Valdez. My bad. Valdez. I am tripping. Too much going on here. My bad. Valdez. Go down. Yeah. Go. Get down. What is he doing? Valdez, what are you doing, bro? Come on, man. Touch that. You were over it. Come on. Where the hell's the other one at? Right there. You kind of roll onto it. Roll into the look. You can still come this way. You got to get out the grass. You concrete, Valdez. Concrete. No grass. Concrete. Yep. Let it roll. Just bouncer in that 10 points. Whoa, Zapparoli. Oh no, he's dead. Wah, 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 wah. Someone call the fire department. Yeah, get it. Now get in the concrete, Valdez. Yup. Come on. Dude, you're so close. Like you're about to put pressure on everybody. You alright there, Zapparoli? My balloon probably done crash later somewhere, but I don't care. I got dark all of a sudden. Come on, man. Bro, you're so close to 10 points. Allen's is floating. I'm saying the ground is slow. But I'm looking at it right now, Valdez. If you go down, you get 10 points. Go down right now. You'll get your 10 points on top. And you can float down to that other one and maybe grab you 5 more. Yeah, knock it down, Valdez. Knock it down. 10 points. You did not hit the concrete. It was in the grass. That did not count. Alright, it's like Murray, you've landed. Nope. You have not landed yet. Okay. Well. Alright, so Murray has touched grass, so he can no longer, unless you fly back, you must fly back before. Nope. Nope. Murray, nope. Nope. Alright, so we can go down, Valdez. I'm sure you touched it already. Murray, I caught you, bro. You cannot salute your vehicle. All right, Valdez has now officially scored 10 points. All right, Valdez. Now you can still score more points, but you cannot score from this one again. You must go to the outer winds or the helicopter pad. Murray, sorry, buddy, but I saw you skew. You can't do that, buddy. Gotta be fair, man. Valdez, yeah, you can try to get more points because yeah, y'all cannot slew your balloons, guys. Not especially not inside the not inside the targeting area. T-White said that the hell with the competition. I'm gone. All right, so we have Allen. I think Allen is trying to hit that 15-pointer, but he's kind of pushing out this way a little bit. We got Zapparoli here. Got about 32 more minutes before competition closes. Looks like Allen is slowly. Okay, we got Zapparoli coming down for the 15 marker. You have to land inside that square, buddy. You have to land inside this square. Yeah, my balloon got you. No, I mean, no, I get it, Merle. No, I mean, this is how it is sometimes with the wind in real life. You know? No, I get it. Trust me, we all been struggling, brother. I mean, Mother Nature's Mother Nature. You can only do so much, you know? I mean, shit. I've been sucking all weekend. The wind been ripping me and Joe up. Nah, you good, brother, man. You good, dude. Didn't say doing splashing, Dad. Didn't say you're doing splashing, Dad, somewhere. Yeah. So far, Valdez is the only one that's able to score. He's been hovering over the field privilege the whole time. He said if it's like Dad's to go to them. Yeah, we don't want that, bro. We've been having beef with Oceans lately. else to tell y'all guys? It's live weather. I can't control it. I mean, you know, it's like a woman when she's on her period. She can't control it. All right, here we go. We got Zapparoli trying to steal the upset here with a 15-pointer. Can he land inside the circle, the square? No. Oh, so close. Allen shot up there. Dan's over there. Yeah, T. White's like, I'm gone, bro. Uh-oh, Valdez. Look, you can actually make a chance for that 15-point right there. Shoot. I guarantee you he'll take that game right there, the win, if he gets to 15. Valdez, if you land inside this square, that's 15 points, bro. I guarantee you ain't nobody gonna beat you. We got Joe Chips coming on in. I'm watching, bro. I'm watching. Joe coming in. Joe's coming in, guys. He's trying to get 10 points. Well, Joe got 10 points right here up top. I can see it. All right, Joe's coming in for 10 points. 10 points, 10 points. Got it. 10 points for Joe. So Joe and Valdez are now tied at 10 while they're fighting for 15 points right here, y'all. Look at this. Look at this. Look how close. Look how close. Look how close. I mean, y'all can touch the ground now. I mean, if y'all are scoring, if y'all going to hang around here, I don't really give a shit. It's just you can't relaunch anymore once you hit the ground. But I feel you pain, bro. Like, hey, nothing against nobody, bro. Who wins be doing the same shit to me, bro. Where the hell did you go? Why'd you go way up there? And Joe's coming in for the 15, trying to steal that 15. Trying to steal that 15 over here, y'all. Then you got my balloon coming on in. The scores have been updated so far on the screen. Like, somebody's gonna get this 15 right here. Y'all are flirting with it. That's crazy how that cloud's all gone now all of a sudden. Not a fuel. Come on, man. What happened to my fuel? Bro. We are hovering around this thing, aren't we? Oh, there goes Valdez. He's trying to get the 15. He's trying to sneak the 15. Oh shit. Oh shit. As long as you inside, you can. As long as you laying inside that bitch, you can bounce it. It don't matter. Come on, you're almost there. You're almost there. Oh, you about to get 15. Come on, we gotta lay inside of it. Oh, get out, 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 get out. Boom. Valdez has 15 added. Good job, bro. No worries, Dan. Thank you for flying with us. Dude, don't be a stranger, bro. We fly on the regular. On the regular. Alright, so Valdez now has a total of 25. Valdez, if you move, brother, you don't get hit. Like it's her. Alright. Alan disappeared. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing shit today. D-Wade don't go. I guess everybody else quit. Not even a goodbye. I'm just stuck over damn trees now. I see you, Joe. You gotta get that. You gotta get that 15 to tie Valdez, bro. If not, he gonna win it. I mean, there is a low, small-ass west wind down here on the airport. It's been like that since we've been live. Like I said, it's all for fun. You know, we're just having fun. We're all with the same people that have the same passion. I haven't done shit all weekend. See where I'm at. I sucked all weekend. I was good at the DC one, you know. doing pretty good. And this one, I just did like shit. You know, part of it, brother, man. It's part of it. And you know, if anybody does manipulate the winds, you know, they'll eventually get caught. So, like I said, don't take nothing personal from nobody, from me, or nobody. It's just, we're all here to have fun. And I know we can be competitive at times because I'm the same way, but just, you know, we're here to have fun right now. You know, we're a family, bro. But there has been a slow little wind down here that's gone completely opposite for everybody else since I've been down here. So I just couldn't find it after I found it, if that makes sense. Why you don't want the points now? I do. I was saying there has been a wind from the west, very low thin since since you know, in the beginning. It's not started. It's just gotten slower and less. And see White to the side. He got inside the square. Got inside the square. I mean, I get it. I mean, you know, but from my experience, you know, on the game itself, this thing's just more bipolar than Mickey Mouse on crack, bro. Like, you know, I'm just here to enjoy, have a good time, meet people that have the same passion, same love. So, Joe, if you can. Yeah, my balloon's down. She said, fuck you. Now, if you can get to another scoring point, you might be able to take the win. All you need is 5 points. We're having a good stop. Yeah, we'll just restart. We'll just do each segment. Yeah, we'll do fresh everything. Makes sense. Yeah, man, I don't want nobody getting mad. I don't want nobody, you know, getting their feelings hurt. I get it. You know, some people are competitive. But don't worry, I'll be watching. And, you know, just, you cheating out there, whoever's cheating, if anybody's cheating, they're going to get caught up with you. Especially with me. I don't play that shit. So, now, you cannot land on the same target to get the same points, obviously. But you're gonna, if you get the lower, yeah, the lower you get, you're gonna go right back the other way. Alright. So I guess that's going to be it for the competition flying, because I don't see nobody else coming in. Lorenzo never showed up. Gustavo, don't know what happened to him. I know all the other ones kind of left. But I'm telling me, bye. What did I just play out? Nah, it's all good, bro. Yeah, y'all don't try to take this too serious. Like I said, this is something I'm doing for fun, doing for the balloon lovers, the enthusiasts, pilots. You know, to build a community. We're here to have fun. That's all it is. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. You're gonna suck, you're gonna be awesome. Like I said, the other day I was awesome at Washington D.C. And this weekend, man, garbage. I was garbage today, or this weekend. So don't take nothing personal, guys. And if someone does cheat, then we're going to tell them, hey, don't do it again. If you get caught, then it won't count no more. That's just how it is, guys. No, Alan, no, I get it. Like I said, when I first got on the field, like earlier to stream, it was coming from the west at like 6-7 miles per hour. And then when I took off after, you know, the ceremony thing, it, like I went to go land and it kind of changed. But then when I went back, it was very, very low. Like it was like 1 to 2 miles per hour. And then I couldn't find that wind again. So I just know in the airport, man, it's just wind vortices, man. That's all I can think about, dude. I mean, you got waters on both sides. You got airport. I don't know, bro. I know it sucks, dude. But hey, man, you won the Hare and the Hound. Shit, you know. But yeah, guys, this is something that I put together for fun for everybody. You know, I just want us to have a good time. You know, we're family, bro. We're Balloon Tribe. We don't. I know. Just know that y'all not the only one it happens to. Okay, it happens to me a lot, and Joe a lot. Ask Joe. He'll tell you right off top. It happens to him more than anybody. Just don't know how. But yeah, there's no flight scheduled tomorrow. But we'll be doing our regular flight starting Tuesday. Congratulations to our winners for this event. Alan for the Hare and Hound winner for Friday. We got, let's see my thing here. Then we got Scooby for the morning flights. And then we have a tie for first place. It's Valdez and Joe Chip for first place. 25 points apiece for the evening Sunday competition flight. So yeah, I just want to say it was a good show up. I'm sorry that, you know, some of y'all didn't get a chance to really kind of get into it. Sorry to see some of y'all didn't even really kind of stay in here too long, you know, but I get it. But just know you're always welcome. This is the Balloon Tribe for Balloon Tribers. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. Just know we're here to do it for fun and build a community of people that love to do the same things we're doing. You know, and what we do and what we love to do is rare. So we got to keep us together as a family. You know what I mean? So, alrighty, well, that is the end of the weekend of this amazing 2026 Microsoft Hot Air Balloon 50 State Tour of the New York area. We are in Long Island, New York, where we just finished our final competition event of the weekend. And once again, like I said, I would like to congratulate Alan for our Hare and Hound winner for Friday, Scooby for our competition fly-ins for Saturday morning, and then we have double winners, ties for Valdez and Joe Chips. This is your boy Bayou Man Gaming. Thank y'all for hanging out so much. Just know I love you guys, and I am grateful for y'all. Let's just keep the peace, keep the love, and just stay together and build as a family tribe, because what we like to do is rare. Like rare gems and diamonds. So we got to keep this tight, you know, keep that pressure on. Let's go. It's your boy Bayou Man Gaming. Hope you have an awesome rest of the night. Have a great week, and I will be seeing y'all flying Tuesday morning at the same time here like always. Yeah. Congratulations, everyone. This is Bayou Man Gaming. I'm out. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week, and I'll see y'all